Hello everyone. You should be able to see me and hear me right now. Just if anyone is out there already watching, just give me a quick shout that you see something. I know that the image quality is not like the very best, to be honest. I'm still working on a setup to fix this, to get everything solved. But for now, this is all I have. I hope you don't mind. I hope you can see the screen, and it's all the way more on the audio side of things that that we want to get into. Cool. Toristona music is there. Perfect. Thanks for the feedback. Good to hear. And all right, let's start with this stream. On today's schedule is sound design. I have to admit that I haven't done any sound designing on the Digitone just for sound design purposes in a very long time. And I'm looking really forward together with you to dive into this device and see, okay, what can we craft today, and maybe which sounds we can come up with. So first, just to let you know, I just have here a totally fresh pattern, you could basically say. So all stock sounds, and also the effects are not set. And this is the first thing that I want to do right now. So that when we later use the effects, that they are dialed in the right way. So basically, some general things I always do: I turn on the ping pong delay, then I increase ping pong at about somewhere here around 40. A little bit higher is fine for me. Actually, let's just turn on ping pong delay on this sound, that we can hear that. Perfect. Then go in here, turn the feedback up a little bit. I like it somewhere around 70, 75 is fine, I guess. Then a little bit of reverb. Also on the sound, we will adjust the reverb to, and then cut a little bit of the low end off. I think that's fine for now. Let's go for the reverb. Also here, just the thing that I do is I don't like too much pre-delay, so I dial it a little bit back. And then also let's go in here, give it some reverb that we can hear it. Okay, definitely longer. I'm a fan of long decay times. Something like that. Maybe let's go with 95 for now. And that's the basic settings. Chorus, basically I leave just at these settings, just some high pass a little bit to don't affect, or let the chorus affect the low end. Okay, then one general thing that I always like to do when starting is to turn off the effects on the sound completely, because I think when you use effects on sounds, it can sometimes be that it's super, how can I say this? That effects, when you use them on sounds, they have a huge impact on them and can make any sound really nice. So this is just the basic, the basic initial patch that we have. And if we just increase chorus, delay, and reverb, it already sounds pretty nice. So I don't want to make it for myself too easy, so that I do the sound designing first and then use kind of like the effects as the icing on the cake. I think that's a good way to go. Oh, let's see who's out there. Chris is here in Hype. Cool, good to see you. Marvin, great to have you here. Voice and Digitone sound great. That is actually good to hear. Luprana, you're here as well. Cool. Very nice to see you there. I was hoping to hang out here, but I've already some work come in. So quick question, how close are we to seeing your Patreon? I'm dying to get my hands on your project file for Jam number 4. Oh, you mean the Digitone Jam number 4? I'm still planning it. Nothing changed there, to be honest, and I put it a little bit back on the prioritizing to-do list, so you could say. But it's still a plan for the future, and I definitely want to do that. So thanks for your interest in that. That really means a lot, and that's definitely my plan, just to make a Patreon, and then also do there some or to give away there some project files and stuff like that. Hey, Michael, good to see you. Good that you're here. Cool. So let's go for the first sound. What can we do? Maybe we start with a lead sound. For the lead sound, let's start with a synth page number 2 and bring in the two operators. I like, for my sounds, I like to keep the level quite low of the operators, because you can hear when you go up very high with them, it very fast gets quite, how can you call this, glassy, nosy, like this typical FM sound. And I like to keep my sounds rather, yeah, a little bit more analog sounding, you could basically say. And yeah, with B1 it's even more obvious. But the B1 has an interesting development. So here it gets very nosy and harsh, and then you again get into a territory where, yeah, there it gets harsh again. But here around 80, there's a really nice nice sweet spot. So let's go for that. And one thing, oh no, it's here on the synth page number 2. What I also sometimes like to do is to detune the different operators and the carrier a little bit, so that you already have some kind of detuning going on to make the sound a little bit more wider and to have more frequencies coming up. So let's do that real quick. Maybe go here with not too much. It's like really settle things. You can already hear that there's some movement going on. It's already a little bit too much. Just go a little bit back here. Maybe somewhere here. Yeah, let's see. We can also adjust this later on. And yeah, all right. Now that we have all of our operators in, let's see what we can do. I like to tune the operators a little bit so that we have different voicings going on. Just trying out several things. What makes sense to tune the carrier down, maybe. That's a nice bass sound, but we can also see maybe we can tune up this one here a little bit. Whoa, sorry. Yeah, the B1, I think the B2 is, need to be very careful with that, because you're jumping between all of these octaves, and it can sometimes be, yeah, very difficult to handle, like you can hear right now. Very glassy sounds. Now let's go and check, or let's first go with the bottom row. So basically my sound design process is a lot, and you will notice that, of going back and forth. So always, I'm not like going, okay, let's say here from the first synth page and then go all the way to the LFOs. It's a lot of jumping around and then seeing what works, what doesn't work. Maybe do sometimes a little a safe spot somewhere, so hitting function and then yes, just to save everything, and then when you fuck everything up like this, then you can just go back, and then we have this sound again. Just a technique that works for me. Maybe it works for you as well. Just something maybe to try out. Let's see. Whoa, cool! A lot of people writing here. That's really nice. Really inspiring, bro. Thanks for this. Greetings from South Chile. Thanks a lot, man. Great to have you here, and greetings back from Germany. Cool, have fun tonight with the sound design. Yeah, we'll definitely do, and looking forward what we will come up with. Good evening, looking forward to learn some new tricks. Thanks, Ray, great to have you here. Hey, Miles, hope I haven't missed too much. No, Carlos, basically not just setting up the basic effects a little bit and just starting out with the first sound. It might become a lead sound. Maybe we change our minds while we're creating it. Let's see what's going on. Hey, Miles, reverb and delay are the same as Digitakt. Saludos from Havana. Yeah, as far as I heard, definitely are, because I compared them side by side, and to my ears, they sound basically the same. Shame that that the Digitakt doesn't have a chorus effect, because I think it's really nice here on the Digitone. But yeah, you can't have everything, right? One thing for later, if you have enough time, I'd like to know how close to a trance super saw you can get with the Digitone. Thanks in advance, and thank you for the stream. Thanks, Marvin. Great question. That's a very good question, and I think like super saw for trance, there you would also need a fair amount of unison. Just from my understanding, but what I like to do is I like to keep the unison quite, or just to use it not at all, basically. So because when I always use the Digitone either as a standalone synthesizer or in combination with the Digitone, with the Digitakt, and there I need a lot of voices. So when I have now unison also on one of my tracks, then it will take a lot of voices, and then I have not enough resources for the other tracks. So basically I try to make all my sounds without using unison, to not have too much voice stealing going on and cutting some sounds off. But that's just a thought. Maybe we can try it. We can try it later again. Okay. All right. Then yeah, I just wanted to see what happens. Oh, nice. That's already pretty cool. I try to make the carrier C here more of kind of like a saw wave. And also we can maybe see what happens if we put the mix more in the middle. Then we get more here from our operators B. Let's see what happens. Maybe if you apply some feedback. With the feedback, it's also quite tricky because there are a few sweet spots there you can already hear. A lot of high-end information now coming on top, and now you get this really nice, I really like this noisy sound. Of course, when you put it all the way up, it gets way too obvious, but I like to have it somewhere here. Just on the tip of it. Alright, let's check some other algorithms. Okay, this one's interesting. Okay. This one's nice, but there's this one overtone in the back. Okay, it's carrier A, okay. Can you hear that? I found this a little bit annoying, so I think I will just tune it a little bit down. Can we here also go lower? I think that's a little too low. Getting more in bass tutorial right now here than in bass in lead tutorial, but let's see where this one will bring us. Hey Gabriel, good to see you. Great to have you around. Great to see someone from Pity Victory Collective here. Always good to have you people around. Appreciate it. Regarding missing chorus on Digitakt, you can get a lot of nice stereo touch by 1 to 2 kilohertz LFO pen mode. Yeah, that's definitely true. That works as well, but of course having a chorus is also nice to have, I think. Okay, thank you for your answer. Looking forward to it. Damn, already pretty nice sound. Yeah, I think so too. Let's see where this where this will bring us. Chris writes, I think that the operator detuning you started off with is making the sawish carrier get into super saw territory without unison. Definitely going to play with that on my own too. Yeah, it's super nice. I think this one is before I honestly just played around with these detuning things here. I used to use like the normal detune one, like this one here. This one can also sound very nice, but this gives the sound a lot of more movement. But I like to keep this now rather settle, like this one here, and then yeah, just via the synth page number 2, sorry, synth page number 1, but here page 2, to try this with these detuning options. I think that's a very nice thing, and definitely lots of fun as well. Okay, now we have this sound. Let's first see what we can do here with the amp. I'm a huge fan of Drive because I think it gives these sounds a lot of very nice movement as well and beefs them up really. You can already hear getting quite a lot, so I'm now jumping to the filter to catch some of the high end. Maybe use some resonance as well. And also some, and if we want to really make this a lead, maybe then we also have a little bit more release. Yeah, sounding quite dark. Maybe then we can make some filter sweeps here using the filter envelope. Maybe a little bit faster. By the way, I want to make the sound mono, so I'm going here into the settings and make it mono, because this, let's see if it will be a lead or a bass, what we will come up with in the end. Okay, yeah, I think let's dial this a little back maybe. Some more drive. Okay, so maybe what we can also do to make the sound a little bit more interesting is to play here with the envelope shapes of the operators. Also, by the way, give it some portamento. Maybe something like this. This is more bass sound, to be honest, but yeah, it's fine. I think I want to make this a little snap here. Yeah, I think it's already pretty nice. Maybe if we're now really going for a bass, I want to put the sustain all the way up. A little bit of attack time to not make kind of like the starting sound have a click or something like that. And by the way, quickly checking if filter key tracking is set to 100. We can go even lower. Because now the filter will move with the notes that you're playing here on the keyboard. All right. Doing a quick save here to see what else we can come up with. Okay, so then let's go to the LFOs. And I'm sometimes like I don't know what to do to the LFOs, and I'm completely idealist. So what can be really fun is just to, if you hold down, by the way, one of these pages and then click yes, you will get very totally random LFO shapes here, and then something like that happens. Okay, that's a little bit too crazy. Okay, this is just affecting the resonance of the filter. Okay, this is really nice. And here you can really see this is something I wouldn't have come up with by myself. So basically, that's always a great idea. Let's just see for me quickly to understand what's going on here. So the ratio B is having this, okay, and then the start phase of the LFO1 is being modulated. Let's see if it works also without this. But it was nice with this one. Where was it? Here. Pretty nice. Let's see what happens if we also make this square. So now you have like a really cool rhythmic thing going on. And honestly, I have to say I pretty like that. It's definitely hit function yes to just save the pattern, to have a safe state to go back to. I don't even know anymore what the sound is. Is it I don't know, rhythmic lead, something like that? Yeah, crazy. I love it. But I think still a bass sound. Let's see, by the way, what time this is at. So this is at like something super random, and I think I want to make this also here. Let's hit trig. But I want to make this a timing that also works rhythmically to the BPM that I'm in. So basically, by hitting function and then turning here the speed of the LFO, you can move in steps that are, yeah, basically like 8, 12, 16, 25, 32, so that you really are sure that you will that the speed will be that it will match to the tempo. Okay, that's quite fast. Let's just see basically if I now activate a metronome, if that does work. I think maybe we need this one here as well to be in. Turn it back again. Let's see here via the start phase if we can make it happen. Already way better. Yeah, I think this works. Okay, cool. And now, but I want to have it slower, so let's go for, this is 32, let's go for 16. Okay, that's a little bit too slow, maybe then in between, 24. Or maybe, I think 32 is fine for that. Okay, cool. So, yeah, now that we know that it's rhythmic and working, let's maybe go to the effect page and finally dial in some effects. And definitely I think some chorus here could be nice. Maybe not too much. Something like this. Also, I want to filter out some of the low end here. So now I think it's on the edge that we decide if we want to make it a bass or if if we want to stay with a lead or whatever. We can also check how it works in different octaves. Now I'm really interested as well with this effect, what happens, for example, when we just play it poly. Wow, okay. Madness going on. But it has a little bit of a house vibe or something like that, which is really cool. Just still don't like really the filter envelope, I think it is. Let's see what we can do here, maybe something like this. Yeah, crazy. I like it. Alright, so yeah, I think maybe for now we take a little bit of the low end out. Maybe something like this. To really make it more of a chord thing or something like that. Yeah, not too much here. I think this is fine. And then just give it, again, some chorus. Definitely some delay. Some reverb as well. A little bit low end back. Okay, but now I think the portamento time needs to be a little shorter. Can also make the attack maybe a little, just make it fade more in. Then also longer attack here on the filter maybe. Then I don't know. Let's try something completely crazy here. Going crazy tonight, I can feel it. Lovely. Really cool sound. That was totally by accident with this LFOs going on there. But yeah, I like it. What do you think? Let's see what's going on in the chat. Sorry, I was drifting a little bit away. Wow, that tiny change to operator volume made such a difference to the timbre. Yeah, definitely does. And these operators here, it's definitely worth playing around with them and really see and change the levels there, because also here with the envelope shapes, they have such a huge impact on the general sound that is really nice and really cool to see. Wow, so many people writing. I really need to catch up right now. Wow, really nice, that design. Thanks. Glad to hear that. Also hit save unless I missed you doing that. We'll do it now again. Thanks for the tip. What LFO plus yes, what a tip. Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, I just hit function and yes, you can do that for every page. So basically, if you are now here in the second synth page, you can also go here, hit this page and then click yes, and you can see here that it totally changes. And also, like, as I said, you can do it for every page basically, and come up with totally crazy stuff that you wouldn't have expected. So always, I'll go back now, but always a great kind of like creativity booster to really level up the sounds. And yeah, if you get stuck somewhere and think, man, this sound could use a little bit more, but I don't know where to go, I always use that because I think it's a super nice technique and works quite well. Wish I could stay to watch the full stream, but unfortunately work has a bad habit of interfering with playtime. Thanks for sharing. I'll check out the full video later. Cheers from Canada. Thanks, Sean. Cheers back, and great that you were here. And of course, if you need to leave for work, totally fine. And the full video will be on my YouTube later on, so that you can rewatch it anytime, definitely. The ratio of the operators are fixed units, or does it have a fine tune like the DX7? That's a good question. I think these that's at least how I understood the Digitone. To simplify the process of it, these kind of like have fixed, how can you say that? Fixed steps to go in. So basically, you can hear, for example, if I now tune C 1 octave down, tune it down, 25 is also 1 octave, and then it jumps in some really weird steps. So I think to really make the process of sound designing a little bit simpler than it is on the DX7, Elektron chose to stick to this to make FM synthesis a little bit more accessible. But it also, of course, gives you a little less design options for the sounds. Thanks for the previous answer. Of course, you're welcome. Always, if you have questions, just ask. Jesus. A question: does the page plus yes trick work while you're in control all mode? Good question. You mean when you control everything? Let me quickly check. I'll just save it now, and then let's go maybe here. Set this one. No. Oh man. Now Jesus. Sorry. Okay, but I think I didn't do anything too bad. I just oversaved my my pre-saved sound. But I think now we're back to normal again, or at least quite normal. So all good. But yeah, I don't think that this works, to be honest. You mean that then all tracks are affected by the change all parameter, I guess. Yeah, you can see here I tuned it now up here because this is now not an initial sound anymore. If I clear it, yeah, I went up here with the A parameter, with the A operator, but I don't think that this yes then works for all tracks. Why modify the start phase of the LFO? It doesn't re-trigger and isn't matched to the BPM. The second LFO is not really useful right now. Yeah, that's totally true. Definitely. And you're right about the restart phase. You mean this one here, right? Yeah, I think for this you would need to set where is it again? The phase reset to off. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, or the phase reset to all. I honestly have to say with phases, I'm still a little bit, I definitely need to get my head around that because I don't quite understand yet how this is working. But thanks, Dowie, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, for the hint. I'll definitely just try that out more and get more into that. I like the way of playing this machine and get new sound design every moment. Really inspiring, bro, and great tips. Thanks, man. Great to hear that. Really appreciate that. Dub session, yeah, absolutely. Have to go to dance school. Walzer, tango, cha-cha-cha. Let's go. Nice, sounds good. Have great fun with that. I like that. See you all. Fire. That genuinely of the best Digitone sounds. Thanks, man. Crazy good. Hi from Belgium. You have to make whole track around this sound. It's really great. Wait, what the fuck? Man, this is insane. I never knew about the page plus yes function. Yeti, great. Cool that you also learned something. It's something I kind of discovered quite late with the Digitone, and it was definitely a game changer for me. So it's super nice. Definitely worth checking out more. How you get to mono or poly mode? You can go here by hitting function and then the trick button. You get into the sound setup, and there you have a lot of different things to set up basically. And then also if you go to play mode, you can here choose if you go to mono legato, for example, which is also then the more gliding mode, and then of course also to poly. And now for this one, as we're now more in chord territory, this definitely is a poly. Page plus yes is feature of the day today. We'll test it today a lot. Great. Thanks for that, Ray, and hope you have a lot of fun with that. Yes, I was hoping for a randomize all button you could back out of with function plus no, but maybe not musically useful, but would be fun sometimes. Yeah, true. That's true. But yeah, I don't think that the Digitone has that. Please make a patch pack out of this and I would probably buy it. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, I think also for maybe some of you might know this, but I did a Digitone preset pack some time ago, and with all the sounds that I'm collecting here in the live streams, and I'm planning to do more. If you appreciate that, definitely would be happy to hear that and or hear your feedback on that. And then I definitely would put these all together and then just put it out as another preset pack for the Digitone. But I think that's a good hint. Yeah, super nice. I already like it, so I think I'll just save the sound and maybe go on with you together to another sound. Let's see. So what can I haven't saved sounds in a long time, so I think it's somewhere. It's here, sound manager, and then I go to my bank of sounds, which is this one here, and then go to sound number 54, sorry, which is free. Export to here. Now we can name it. Have any ideas for a name for this sound? Always struggle with doing that, finding names. I think I'll just call it rhythmic chord or something like that. Pretty bad at finding names for the presets. All right, rhythmic chord. There we are. Yeah, just leave it for now. Maybe I'll rename it later. Okay, what do we have here? It's definitely, it's evolving. It's, can be a pad. Not really, it's more of a chord, I think. It's not no arpeggiator. Can definitely get noisy if you turn up the filter, so I'll hit that as well. Not really glitchy, to be honest. Yeah, it's maybe a little, it's not really dark, so I'll leave it. I think I'll just leave it for now, so I'll just say mine as well, that I can find them via the filter and then save it. All right, cool. Now we have it here perfectly. All right, then I would say, looking at the time, being live for around 45 minutes now. Maybe we can start with another sound and maybe go for something different. Maybe I thought about an arpeggiator for now, because I really like arps. If you know my jams, you might know that, but I think arps are definitely a great thing to do. So maybe we can just do that. Let me see. Okay, where do we start? So basically for arps, where I would start right now is like to make the sound a little shorter. So basically lower the sustain completely, and then already, yeah, just leave the decay time for here. Attack is fine for now, and then let's just see what we can come up with, so that we all right now already have a kind of like a sound that would work great as an arp, and then we can activate the arp later. But first, let's go for some sound design. By the way, in case that you don't know, if you go into the arp menu and then also apply an arpeggiator to the sound and then save it as a preset, it is also something that is changed there, that is saved there as well. So all the ARP settings that you have here in the ARP menu are going to be saved with the sound as well. So this is why I always kind of like prepare all my arpeggiators and then yeah, go for it and see where we can go from there. All right, so yeah, let's start again by dialing in. I already did that here for the A. Maybe somewhere around here. And what I want to do for that is just make this A sound, yeah, something like that is really nice. Just this a little bit of attack time, and then no sustain basically here in the end, and quite short decay time as well to make it a little plucky. Then let's see. Maybe we can leave this one also, this time a little bit lower. And now let's go to the first page and see what we can do here first again. Maybe also we can make, or give the carrier C a little different shape here. Don't know, maybe go for a saw, this nice crunch, and then I honestly have to say, for very many sounds I really like algorithm number 2, so maybe let's go for that right now. Okay. Sounds pretty terrible. But maybe let's go into the sound menu again and lower the octave. No, not really. I think I don't like this carrier C being so high. Here, for example, I think it would be great to have more options to go between this one setting, and then I think it's It's just going an octave up, and I think something in there between would be great to have the possibility to choose from. But let's see what we can do with the other ones. Always a little snap to it. Can you hear that? Like a metallic sound. Yeah, maybe let's leave it like that. Okay, we're not. Okay, yeah, of course. Need to go here to need to dial the mix in the middle, because like the operator B is going straight to in the mix to the Y output basically, and if we leave it like here, we can't hear what is going on here at B. So I'll just do it like that. Maybe for B we can do kind of like the same thing that we did here for A. Let's see, what's the attack there? 12. So let's go here for 12 as well. Okay, yeah, maybe something like that. Let's see. Some detuning. And also some feedback. I think the sounds are too short to hear the feedback. Is it because of that? Let's see. Right now the level is just or was too low here for the feedback to be any audible, but it will now remain for you. By the way, you can also give this a fair amount of drive, definitely. Then make this a little bit more snappier, and the volume a little bit back. Let's see, actually, yeah, I think this is fine. And alright, let's see where else we can go. Maybe some detuning here as well, just very slightly. Yeah, maybe go for this for now. And then of course, most importantly, I think the filter. And now here, let's turn the envelope way up to really hear it. Whoops. The wrong dial. Okay. I think we're already quite good to go here. Let's see what we can do with the LFOs. Maybe go for for LFO first. Let's save it, and then maybe we can go for LFO plus yes again, and see what happens basically. But first, let me have a quick look of at what you guys are writing. Spaced Up, yeah, I think that would be a good name for the first preset we made. I think I'll change that in the after this stream. Pretty Bad is an awesome name for an awesome sound. It's a good juxtaposition. Absolutely. Definitely. And sometimes my names for sounds end up like this. Definitely in some stupid things like that. Was planning on buying a Digitone tonight. Help me with last minute jitters. I think I'm the wrong person to to talk you out of it, because it's I think it's a fantastic synthesizer, to be honest. It has been for the past year my favorite go-to standalone synthesizer. It really changed places with my OP1, and I love this thing to make music on. It's just, for me, really intuitive and great. The sequencer's awesome, the sounds are awesome. Of course, there are some downsides as well, like the limitation of 8 voices, and the limitation to 4 tracks as well. But I still think that you can either use it as a standalone synthesizer very nicely, and also in a setup with another musical tool, like for example the Digitakt, or also in a DAW setup with Ableton or something. I think both works quite well. So sorry, I won't talk you out of that, Taisho. Taisho, I don't work for Elektron or anything, but I say do it. You can always sell it on later if you don't get along with it. Definitely agree to that. And I think like I said, Digitone is a great tool. Do the Digitone's buttons have that rubbery feel like on the model cycles? A little bit, just a little bit. They are quite snappy, and I think below there, what Yeti says right, they are metallic, but they have this feel definitely a little bit. I haven't handled MC, but I can't imagine calling the Digi buttons rubbery, like a mechanical keyboard for a PC, I'd say. Yeah, something. Let's check with my keyboard. Yeah, something. Something like that. I think it's not really rubbery, because I have to say I've never tried the model cycles myself, so it's hard to say for me what the rubbery feeling is there. But definitely, I think these feel quite good, and it's in general a very sturdy device and great to make music with. Oh, awesome, love the model cycles, but the buttons are a minor annoyance, thanks. Wonderful sounds, mate, also love your voice. I need to visit Europe again soon. Yeah, I think it's always worth a visit. Depends on, of course, where you're going, but very many beautiful countries here. Can definitely recommend Germany. It's a nice place, and I really like living here, but thanks. Really appreciate that you also like the voice. Great, I'm typing on a mechanical keyboard as we speak, and I love it. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Hope you're having a great day too. Great to have you around. Then the last one, prefer this to OP1, was also in doubt to get that, since I want a sound source for working in studio. Would you say you can get wider variety of sounds with Digitone in comparison to OP1? I would say definitely, because I think what makes the Digitone, or the OP1 stand out is that it has this all in one box. It has a sampler, it has a different synthesis engines, it also has this very unique tape recorder that you can record to, so basically you can make a whole album and also export it just on the OP1. You can't do that on the Digitone, but I think in terms of sound design, this tool, meaning the Digitone, is way more versatile and way more flexible also. So definitely I would go, if you're looking for a sound source for working in the studio, I would definitely go for the Digitone. If you're more kind of like traveling a lot and want something that you can take on the train or just somewhere out in the park, here with the Digitone, also one downside is that you need a battery to it as well. So you would need like a ripcord and a power bank just to charge it, and then then you would basically have to just to charge it via a power bank, and when it runs out of battery, then you're gone, need to recharge the power bank, and it's also 2 additional things you need to carry around with you, while the OP1 is battery powered, and for that reason, more of you could basically say a travel device. I took both of the devices to travels, business travels, also to private travels with me, and both served me very well for different purposes. I really like to right now to make kind of like first ideas on the OP1, and then record that to the tape recorder there, and then sample it into the Digitakt, and then totally reuse these or rework these ideas. So basically when I have a chord progression there or just some general sounds, I chop them up, I add effects to them, I use the LFOs and all of that stuff on the Digitakt to make something really new, and then continue to go from there. And then the Digitone also comes into the game and adds more melodic sources. But all in all, I would say the Digitone is a great tool for making music in the studio, but also for making music standalone, definitely. Okay, yeah, we said we want to try the LFO plus yes here again, so let's see. I think I changed this. Let's see what we can come up with. It's super hard to hear what they're doing because the sound is so short. You really need an LFO that has an really immediate impact on the sound to make it really audible. The panning is nice. Maybe a little slower. So yeah, I think some panning is nice. And what I also wanted to try is to go for where is it? The pitch. Okay, this is way too much, obviously, but sometimes I really like on the pitch just very slight amount of the random wave shape. So whoops, sorry. Basically, just put this one to trick mode, and I think we don't need the panning to be in trick mode. That's way too much. Okay. It's very slightly, but you can hear that this makes the sound a little fragile, you would say, I think. Of course, this is, you can also of course make it pretty obvious, but I really like to have this, just a tiny bit of it. Yeah, I think that sounds pretty nice. Let's see. Maybe not go for the amp here. Maybe, what can we do? I'm just thinking right now. Maybe we'll leave it for now, and then now apply some of the effects, some more drive. It's also really nice to have this effect on the filter envelope. Actually, let's do that. Apply this one here to the filter envelope depth, and then make it move a little bit. Oops. Maybe a little slower. This is then in particular, this is interesting when you then apply the ARP, which we will do later. Maybe we can just leave it for now and then go back to it. Okay. Now for this sound, I think first, sorry, jumping again, take out some of the low end because we don't need too much low end information here, as once we have it into, or once we insert this one into a track, I don't want it to interfere with the bass too much. So basically this is why I now, here in the second filter page, I just take out some of the low end. And then here we are. Go to the effects. Some chorus. By the way, on the chorus, it's also always nice to have a little bit of delay and reverb on it. Yeah, nice. And then we can also add, of course, some natural delay and some natural reverb as well. I think the LFO here is a little too fast, so maybe we go here and then turn the multiplier a little bit back. Yeah, I think this is better. A little bit too much delay, to be honest. I think we need to fix this here. Yeah, go here a little bit back. Also maybe dial the decay time, sorry, the feedback a little bit back of the delay. Alright. And now we already have a pretty nice sound. And now what we can do, we can activate the ARP like this, and now go into, sorry, the ARP menu here. Okay, cool. And now let's make some changes here as well. Maybe we're gonna go between two ranges. And also, of course, what I often like to do with the ARP is just randomly go in here and offset some of the tricks. So that I just need to hold down some chords, basically some major and some minor chords. And if you do it in steps of 5s and 7s, it will basically stay in the you could say how can you say that? It stays in the in key. Sorry, I was missing the word there. Maybe also detune or deactivate some of the steps to make it even more interesting. This one here as well, this one too, this one goes 5 down. I'm just doing it very randomly right now. And then C. Pretty nice. And then it's also always, if you're in the ARP menu, it's also always interesting to play with the length here. Before we do that, pattern saving, always important. Now it's set to 32th. You can also make the sounds here a little shorter, and then dial it back in. And honestly, I would love to have this parameter to be controlled by the LFO, because I think this movement here is super interesting. Of course, yeah, you can do it by hand, but I think with yeah, with just an LFO, it would be so nice. Yeah, but pretty nice. I already really like this sound. So save it now, and let's see, maybe go a little bit more crazy here on this LFO to make the sound a little bit more expressive. a little too much. Let's go here with minus 0.20. To not have it detuned too much, but I think this is already pretty nice sound. Really like it. Okay, yeah. I think I'll go for that sound. Let's see who else is writing. Is there a way to trigger all 4 tracks by one keyboard button press, like using all 4 tracks as one layered sound? I think there is via the unison menu. Let me quickly check that. So basically you have here this layer function, and I think I think that was the question you had, and yeah, you can definitely do that via this layer function here. Also a nice sound. Also, thank you, Miles, for the nice stream. Love the chill and friendly vibe here. Thanks, John. Really appreciate that, and good to hear that you like and enjoy it. I do too, honestly. And thanks to everyone hanging out. I really appreciate that. Hey, thanks for your thoughts, man. Digitone. Yeah, definitely. Digitone all the way. You have no sustains, so length does nothing, right? Yeah, I thought so. You mean here in the ARP menu, right? So I thought so too. But still, when you make it shorter, you know, I think it's really audible that the sound changes. And of course, if you go higher, then you can definitely realize that it does nothing, because the how can you say that, the sustain is just at 0. So yeah, definitely here when you go higher, I think that there's no real difference between here and here, but I think if you go shorter, it definitely is. And I think that would be super nice to modulate with an LFO. It's possible to play with the length like automation, or how can you do it something similar? This way can make more movement. I think so too. And to be honest, I don't know if you mean this length or kind of like here the decay, because this is also something interesting to play around with as well. To make the sound a little bit more tiny or a little bit brighter. But I think here in the ARP menu, it's not possible to do that. Unfortunately, I don't think that you can record any automations with this parameter. I've not tried it, but I don't think that like the whole arpeggiator is a little bit, how can I say that? It's not like the other parameters that you have here on the Digitone. So basically also what you can do, for example, when you play some tricks there, then you can, for each trick, I think you know that when you have an Elektron device, you can change all of the parameters per trick. And this is not possible for the arpeggiator, which is a real shame, I think. So I think it is also not possible to activate so when you put down a trick and the ARP is not activated, I think then for this trick it's not possible to activate it. You need to basically save the sound with the ARP on it and then add it into your track via the sound pool, which is some kind of workaround here, but yeah, I think it would be great if Elektron would integrate that the arpeggiator behaves kind of like all the other parameters here in the on the Digitone, and that you can use it that way, of course, too. Wow, voice stealing display freaks out. Is there? Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, okay, yeah, I got it, yeah. Sorry, I was a little bit confused. But yeah, I think you mean this one here, when I put the layer completely on. Yeah, it totally freaks out, definitely. And yeah, this is something I always keep in mind. Like you can see here for the ARP, it's totally fine. But if you now, of course, add another instrument and another track to that, you can really see this filling up. And I struggle a lot with voice stealing and getting all the sounds right, that there's not too much voice stealing going on, and that I use the 8 voices that I have here on the Digitone at its max, you could basically say. It makes sense. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, in the ARP menu, I never tried to. Yeah, ARP menu. I love it, and for some things that it doesn't have, I don't hate it, but I would love to have it just to be possible to access it and integrate it into the whole sound design workflow, and also the LFOs and all of that stuff a little bit more. I think that would be really cool. Also a very nice sound to play around with. Also in different octaves. So you can save that now and now go for the filter, for example. Really nice. Let's save it. I know now that I need to find another name for that. Okay. Let's go. How can we call that? Let me quickly check how I called my other ARPs. I think I always wrote kind of like, I try to, this is by the way my personal sound bank, you could basically say. I try to name these sounds that they make sense and that I know what they are. So basically here it's ARP. I think I will also do it for this one here. Chord is here in the end, so I'll just quickly rename that. And what did we say? What's the name? Dub chord. Quickly need to check that now. Spaced up. Yeah, let's go for spaced up. Go here for chord, and then whoops, sorry. Space. Don't know if this fits. Spaced up, yep, works. Okay, rename. Cool, and now this sound we want to save here. I can already start with ARP. Okay, anyone some ideas for a name for this ARP? Then I'll just go with a name. Maria. Just came to my mind. Sometimes I just give ARPs like random names. Whoops. Okay, save. And now what do we have here? We have definitely an sound is evolving over time. It's expressive. We have also an arpeggio, of course. Sound is not really noisy and glitchy. It's rather dark, I think. Yeah, I think it's atmospheric, definitely, and it's fine. So, save it. Cool. 2 new sounds. I think that's a great outcome for one stream. We have this one, and then we have this. Really crazy chord here, and the arc. Yeah, super nice. Yeah, I think that's it for now. We're already streaming for nearly 1 hour and 17 minutes now, and I think 2 sounds, that was my aim for today, and I think it's a great outcome. I really like both sounds, and I hope you could learn something. And if in the future you see or you say, okay, this is something that's really interesting, I would love to see more sound design on the Digitone. And you can also see that here, or even myself, I struggle with a lot of things here and still learn how different things are working together, like all this phase resetting, the phase, like this one here, the starting phase and stuff. I'm just using it and see what the audible changes are, but I don't really understand what's the mechanic behind it. So definitely also some learning for me to do. So it's always always great to hang out and have you guys around, and also giving me some tips and some stuff that I definitely need to learn and to understand about this device. But yeah, if you want to see more of that in the future, I would be super happy to do it and do some sound design, and then I would just create more and more sounds, and then I think we are not so far from a new sound pack, I guess. So we have now 55. I started here. 40. This one, eating voices. This was the last sound from my previous sound pack, and from then I made just several new sounds. Very low sub bass. By the way, I really this is something maybe for the next stream. I sometimes really struggle with very deep basses here on the Digitone, just to make them not too boomy and really snappy and short and just very very precise to use. I think that's quite difficult, but maybe we can tackle that sometime in the future. Yeah, awesome sounds that I think are really nice. I also really like this sound. I'm currently working on a new jam that will be released sometime in November, and this one was one of the main sounds I used for that. Pretty cool. This sound as well. So this is basically how my latest sounds just I created them just on the fly while jamming and working on the jam, and then I just saved them here to have them and recall them whenever I need them in the future. Yeah, here are the 2 sounds that we made together today. Yeah, super nice. Cool. I really enjoyed that. I hope you did too. And like I said, if you want to see more like that in the future, just give me a shout, leave me a comment. and I'll be super, super happy to do that. And yeah, till then, I really hope you have a wonderful weekend. You have a wonderful time. I hope you have some great plans. Make some music, always important over the weekend when you find the time, of course. And yeah, I'm just wishing you here in Germany, it's quite late actually, or not really late. It's like 8 p.m. in the evening, but I'm wishing you a wonderful day no matter where you are. And yeah, hope you had a great time, and I'll see you soon. Bye.